Hey, hello, how you doing? Jeb dropped some new combat update stuff on us recently by posting to Reddit and asking for feedback on a snapshot completely separate. You can't find this in the launcher, you have to manually add it, that has a whole bunch of combat update stuff. This is incredible because ever since the combat update to Minecraft 1.9, people have been up in arms about how Minecraft basically killed combat, and many servers kind of used server mods to make sure that the combat was very similar to 1.8 and that it never changed. And so you have this weird Minecraft combat has been left in this weird limbo for a long time. So let's check out what this new snapshot-esque thing is like. What are all the new combat changes? So here we are inside of Minecraft, and you should know that anytime that the ground is straight up dirt, this is the old version of Minecraft, or I guess I should say the current version of Minecraft. And anytime the ground is grass, then that is the new combat update version of Minecraft. So to start off, we are going to summon in a few creepers. And just to show you some of the differences, we're going to be talking about attack speed. So current version of Minecraft, the most effective way to attack is to hit and wait for your combat bar, which is that little sort of sword underneath your reticle there, to fully get back to 100% before you attack again. So this is a good example of that. There you go. And then also you can really click as fast as you want. So if I click really, really fast, you can hear the swooshes as I'm going. And if I really spam, you can hear that it gets even faster. Whoops, well here, let's move on to this guy. Sort of like that. So you can really, as fast as you click, you can hit. But obviously, because your attack damage isn't fully powered up, you're not really doing any damage. So here we are in the new combat update. And so overall, attacks are a lot faster. So you can see that even if every time you attack, you are attacking at full power basically, and it's way, way faster. But also if I spam click, it doesn't get any faster than it already is. So you can't do that crazy amounts of clicking. It will always basically, and by the way, I can click and hold and it will auto attack all the time at that speed. So you're just done with that. But that speed that when you click and hold, like I'm not clicking all over and over and over and over again, that speed is the speed you're always going to go at. You cannot make it go any faster by clicking faster. So if I'm sitting here, I'm using both hands to click on this mouse as fast as I can. It's exactly as fast as it's going to be no matter what. So overall, your attacks are faster, but you cannot spam click. You're always going to be going at that speed that you see right here, which is, I mean, really, really nice. Staying in the new combat version of the game, something has been added to combat weapons, which is attack reach. You can see it below attack damage when you hover over an item. And so with the iron sword, it is set to 3.5, and on a trident, it is set to 4. So back over here in the old version of the game, that doesn't obviously translate. Currently, I have this set up perfectly so that those creepers are exactly far enough away from me. And by the way, the commands are the same in both worlds. And at this exact position, I can hit a creeper here when I'm teleported to 1.5 0.7999999, and then if I go to 0.8, then I can no longer reach the creeper. So we can take this exact same command and bring that over into the new version of the game. And here at 0.8, I still cannot reach the creeper, and at 0.7 whatever 999 still cannot reach the creeper. So let's see at what point I can. Ooh, at 0.5, I can't. I have to be much closer. Wow. So I have to be basically an entire block closer. Oh man, I'm not exactly sure where the point changes, but this is a block closer I have to be basically to this creeper. Now the trident is different. The trident has a longer reach. So you can see that it has, instead of 3.5, it has 4. I'm saying point. Instead of 3.5, it has 4. So let's see where this one lands. So I found it. It's a little. I guess it's a half block. So the 3.5 and 4 are associated. Are directly correlated to, I think, block distance. It would be my guess, because it's exactly half a block different. So, yeah, exactly. So the trident, I can reach the creeper from over here, and let me respawn those guys. But the sword, I cannot. I have to get closer by about half a block in order to be able to reach the creeper there. Ooh, sometimes. Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot. This is a different thing. Reach is new, so I'm still kind of learning it. And when you have the full combat thing buffed, the full power of your combat, your reach is greater. So if you're doing the spam clicking, you may not actually hit the thing. You have to wait until you get up to 200% in your attack charge. So let's actually talk a little bit about attack charge. I've been mentioning it as the little sword below where your crosshairs are. And there's one number, but it can go up to 200%. So how I am guessing that this works is from 0 to 100% is the time in between swings. So once you swing, it goes down to 0. Then when it reaches 100, you can swing again. And then after that swing is finished, it goes from 100 to 200%, which is the charge meter underneath the crosshairs. And then it maxes out at 200%. So when it is maxed out, you get a few different buffs. One, that's when you will be able to use your sweeping enchantments and knockback enchantments. And I have a thing to mention about sweeping enchantments in a little bit. But it's also when you will get your criticals. And so far in the game, this hasn't changed at all. If the player is falling, that is when you can get a critical attack. You can tell that you have pulled off a critical attack because of the particles that come off of the thing that you just hit. I have a few creepers spawned in here. So if you see those particles, that means that you got a critical. If you don't see the particles, that's just a normal hit. So you have to wait until you're at that 200% until you can get a critical, which means that you can't just sit there and spam your attack like this and jump at the same time. You have to wait for the critical, the 200% of the charging. You have to get 200% charging in order for a critical to work. So here in the old version of the game, a sword would have a sweeping effect. So if I was to hit this creeper in the middle, it damages the creepers on either side of it. Now, the creepers on either side of it don't take as much damage as the one that was in the middle. You could use the sweeping edge enchantment to add more damage to the ones that the creepers on the sides would take. But that's really it. And if you, for some reason, didn't like the sweeping edge enchantment, the way to get around that is to either perform a critical attack, and then that would not hurt the ones around it, or to use a axe, which does not have that sweeping sort of effect on a creeper. In the new combat version of the game, that is no longer true. You do not have the sweeping effect on your sword at all. The only way to get it is with the sweeping edge enchantment, which we've always had, and by always had, I mean like we've had it for a while. And remember, in order to actually perform the sweeping edge or knockback enchantments, you do need to be at that 200% of the fully charged swipe. In the old version of Minecraft, if you came across somebody who had a shield up and attacked, you wouldn't do any damage to them, even if you are getting a critical attack. This is not hurting the player who is attacking at all. Now, in the new version of the game, even if someone is blocking, you can bypass the shield by doing a critical attack. There are a few other changes. The biggest one is that there is no delay in raising your shield. So before, this little animation, and this is kind of hard to show off effectively, so I'm just going to do this all in the new version. Before, that animation of the shield raising, basically you were left vulnerable as that animation was playing. Now you are protected from the moment you click, and that animation has no bearing on whether you're or not you're being protected. Also, shields will activate whenever you crouch. So you will hold a shield in front of you every time that you crouch. And this is because they're trying to merge all of the versions to have the same type of combat. And this is really the only way to block in the Pocket Edition of Windows 10 and all of the Bedrock editions of the game. This is currently how shields work. So they are adding functionality to the shields to block while you are crouching. Now, I feel like this is a bug, but currently you can crouch and attack, but you can't right click and attack. That doesn't work. You could crouch and attack though, but I feel like that is it's probably something that they missed, and that is going to be resolved, because I don't see that is a good thing at all. So overall, what are my impressions of the new combat? I feel like they're headed in the right direction, and they still have a little bit of tweaking to do. And that nobody should hold that against the team, because that's exactly why they are reaching out and asking the community for input. So anyway, in the correct direction, I feel like the speed is better. And I really like the fact that you're adding back the incentive to either spam click or to just click and hold, which I actually don't really love the clicking and holding to attack. But so many old school players really find it a huge barrier that they're so used to spam clicking, and it is such a hindrance in the current version of the game that they just get, if any old players come back to join a quick game and they don't realize, they just get trounced by the newer players. And that's, I mean, their fault, but it's still, it's a lot more accessible to have the clicking be on a timer where you can't really mess it up. I do feel like there is very little incentive for manual clicking with the auto, if you just click and hold, where it will always attack. And I would like to see that change a bit, because I would kind of hate it if going into combat you just click and hold, because you know that the game is going to auto attack faster than you can spam click. So I'd love to see some reason that you should actually manually attack. And then negating all shields with a critical hit, I feel like is too powerful. I feel like there needs to be a chance that the shields will work and a chance that the shields will not work. It'd be really cool if there was an audible like cling when your critical tried to attack, but the shield was in the way, and then an obvious like it got through sound if you do your critical and the shields aren't in the way and you land your attack. So overall, think it is fantastic and really headed in the right direction. and really happy about it. But I want to know your thoughts. So let me know in the comments down below. What do you think is good, bad, ugly about the new combat mechanics that they are adding into the game? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Give it a like for Waffles. Waffle says, leave this video a like and also subscribe. That's what she says. Thanks so much for watching this episode of OMG Craft. I'll see you next time. Bye.